here's the big question. How are entrepreneurs like us, who have been hustling and struggling to make it to success, who seem to make it one step forward only to fall two steps back, who are dedicated, determined, and driven? How do we finally break through and win? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Brian Kelly, and this is the Mind, Body, Business Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mind, Body, Business Show. Oh my goodness, we have an unbelievable special treat for you tonight. The one, the only Nellie Nekouie is here with us right now. She's in the green room. She's right there. She's like scratching at our monitor saying, "Let me in, Brian. I'm ready. Let's go." That is the way she is. You're going to love her energy. You're going to love her. She's a gorgeous woman. She's intelligent. She's successful. And that's why she's on this show. And she's on this show, not for me. She's on this show for you. That is what the Mind Body Business Show is all about. I bring on successful entrepreneurs from all over the world week after week and interview them and find out and extract their success strategies so that you can take what they have done to achieve success and simply model it. That's a fancy word for copy, and it's absolutely okay. In fact, I know Nellie would come on and say, "Yeah, please copy me. I want you to be successful too." That's what entrepreneurs, especially successful ones, that is what is at their heart, is helping other people, because it just makes everyone better and the world better, and it's just amazing. And there's plenty of money to go around. There's plenty of clients to go around. There's never-ending stream of abundance in our lives. And so the sooner we come to grips with that, the quicker we're going to achieve that success. And so this is about what I call the 3 pillars of success. And it came about after studying and following only successful people for a period of about 10 years or so. And in that time, what I learned from these successful people, and these are like individuals that were my personal mentors, others that were authors of books, others that I would follow that were successful and go to their seminars and watch them on Zoom or live presentations or even recordings, or authors that are no longer with us that weren't even alive when I was born. And these are all these people that I study. And I said, what makes them potentially more successful than yours truly? I mean, like when they put on their pants, if they're a man, do they run and jump and land with both feet in them at the same time and they're just that good? What is it? What is the magic sauce? Well, what I found over this decade of studying is there is no magic sauce. And it comes down to the 3 pillars of success. And that is actually the very namesake of this show. Mind stands for mindset. So to a person, each of these individuals had developed a very positive, powerful, and most importantly, flexible mindset. And then body. Body literally means that these successful individuals took care and are still taking care, if they're still with us, their bodies, both physically and nutritionally. And then business is multifaceted. What these individuals had done and are still doing, for those that are still with us, is they have mastered the various skill sets that are necessary to build a successful business and then to continue to scale it, grow it, and keep it thriving. These are skill sets like sales, team building, systematizing, marketing, leadership. I could go on and on. And you, being a very astute watcher and listener of this very show, you know that mastering anything, any one thing, can take a very, very long time. So to you, I have a great tip. And that is, if you were to concentrate just on just mastering one specific skill set, then you'll find you can leverage that skill set and bring in folks that already have or are on their way to mastering the other skill sets that you need for your business. And that one skill set is anyone interested? I'd like to hear. I'll just wait for someone to comment here. I am kidding. I know that some of you are listening to podcasts, you're thinking, what is this guy doing? We are live. We are on live video. And for those of you that are not watching right now live, you want to go to the Mind Body Business Show.com. Yes, it's a long URL. The mindbodybusinessshow.com. Scroll down, click on any of the buttons. There are many of them that say where and how to watch and register. You will be notified of our next live show. And then you can click on the link that gets emailed to you right before we go live. And you can join us and you can win amazing things. Like we have a 5-night stay at a 5-star luxury resort, compliments of Reach Your Peak. One lucky person wins this trip every single show. We give it away every single show. Makes it super fun. And you must be on watching live to be eligible to win. So yeah, there's incentive there. So that one skill set, did you forget? Did you forget that I hadn't told you what that one skill set was? If you were to focus just on it, it would be the skill set of leadership, even if you currently have no team at all. And I'm going to leave it right there. Yes, that's a topic for another day. If you were to focus your efforts, it doesn't mean completely neglect all the other skill sets. They are still necessary, but focus primarily on leadership, on developing yourself as a great leader, a better leader. And you can do that. There are so many books on this topic. Speaking of books, we're going to go to that right now. All of these successful people that I had studied and followed, they were also, to a person, very avid readers of books. And so with that, I want to segue very briefly to a segment, and then we're going to come back to Nellie Nekouie. Oh, she's still here. She's waiting. So I'm going to segue to a little segment I affectionately call Bookmarks.
Bookmarks. Born to read. Bookmarks. Ready, steady, read. Bookmarks. Brought to you by ReachYourPeakLibrary.com.
There you see ReachYourPeakLibrary.com, and a quick word of advice for everyone watching. This is for you, not for me. And that is, you're going to be hearing resources. You're going to be told to text a certain word to a certain phone number. You're going to be told to go to websites or look at books and know about books. And what I implore upon you to do is, rather than clicking on another tab and going to research it while you're either watching us live, watching the recording, or listening to us on audio podcast, rather than do that, do something that maybe you haven't done for a while. I hope you have. And that is take out that good old-fashioned notebook and a pen or a piece of paper and write it down, and then visit it after the show is over. Wait till it's over, then go back and visit those resources. Why do I say that? Listen, Nellie Nekouie is coming on. You do not want to miss a single word this young woman has to say. I am not kidding. And if your focus has been taken away from her and you're researching something and she says something and you're like, oh, wait, what was that? And you miss it, that could have been that one golden nugget that could change your life forever for the better. I would not want that to happen to you. I learned this the hard way as a speaker many moons ago when I was first starting out. I'd be speaking. I know I'm getting to the juicy stuff. It was my presentation. And I would see somebody get up and start to walk out, with their phone in their face, or they had to go to the restroom. They got that all important text or phone call and they had to leave the room. Stay in the room. The magic happens in the room. That means stay focused, stay with us, take notes, and watch your life just propel to new heights. That's why we call it Reach Your Peak, the company up to the peak. Here we go. Speaking of the peak, Reach Your Peak Library. Real quickly, it is a resource that I had put together with you in mind because I myself was not an avid reader until about 13 years ago, almost 13 years ago. At the age of 47 is when I started reading. Giving you time to do the math because I know you're all curious. Everyone does this. Yes, I'm going to be 60 years old very soon. I'm going to celebrate that bejeebers out of it. And this resource here, Reach Your Peak Library, is a combination of all the books I have personally read and I vet, meaning not every book I've ever read since the age of 47 is on here, but every book I read that did have a profound effect on me, either personally or business or both, it's in here, and I'm way behind. I have many more to add. My team keeps adding these as I say, here, add this one. And so they are in here in no rhyme nor reason whatsoever. They're not alphabetic. They're just thrown in there as I finish reading them. And so all I implore upon you to do is find that one book that jumps out at you, read the description, look at the cover, and then go get it. Whether it's from this website, whether it's from your favorite bookstore, that doesn't matter. Just get it. And then, of course, read it. There's one more step. Don't just read it. Take action on the action steps provided in that book. The only way you will propel yourself forward is by taking massive, immediate, and consistent action. And now, speaking of massive, immediate, and consistent action, you're going to see Mrs. Action coming on right now. Nellie Nekouie, get ready. Hold on to your hats. She's coming on right now. Let's go.
It's time for the Guest Expert Spotlight. Savvy, skillful, professional, adept, trained, big league, qualified.
And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is the one, the only Nellie Nekouie. Woohoo! Welcome to the show, Nellie. How are you doing?
So grateful, so honored to be here. Appreciate you having me on. Excited.
Oh my goodness, this is quite the treat, and I want to let everybody know about this, Nellie. That we had a last minute show cancellation from another individual. It was legitimate. It was fine. But I just reached out. I said, you know what? Nellie would be fantastic. And I bet she'll say yes and drop everything, whatever she's doing. And you had what, 15 minutes that I told you, oh, we need to get on in 15 and get ready, do the pre-show. And here you are, all made up and glorious and glam. You probably don't have any makeup on. Huh? You're one of those types. But it is amazing. And you are amazing. And I've gotten to know you for just a short period of time. And that's why I thought, Nellie, I'm going to text her and see if she comes on. So what I want to do for everyone here is I had no time to collect your bio. I had no time to get any of that kind of information from you. What I'd love, if you're okay with it, is for you to give your personal story. You know, where were you more than 2 years ago? Hint, hint, wink, wink. What were you doing? You can go farther back if you want, whatever makes sense. Give your background, your experience, your journey, and then where you are today in about 5 seconds. I'm so kidding. You can do it however long it takes. So if you don't mind, just introduce yourself and let us know who the heck is Nellie Nekouie, this amazing, wonderful woman.
So honored. Thank you. Yes. And Brian did text me 15 minutes ago, and I said, absolutely. Any opportunity to share anything that can help anybody else. I know my mentors did it for me. So drop everything, and absolutely grateful and honored to be here. Brian, Nellie Nekouie from Orange County, California, Newport Beach, grew up in Laguna. And fast forward, where I found my passion, my background, Brian, is healthcare. Previous to healthcare, done a ton of things, but real estate, financial planning. But where I truly found my passion, and I believe that you got to believe in what you do. And where I found my passion was with United Healthcare, in healthcare, leading clinical and behavioral health teams to transition our homeless population into housing. Now, done a ton of things in healthcare, from pharmacy benefits management, healthcare technology company, built a product end to end. But as you can imagine, with the population, definitely found a passion for fighting for humans to get the care that they need when they need it, but with a trauma-informed approach. And that trauma-informed approach was my specialty. That's where I found it spoke to my soul, where I found my fight to fight for humans to get the care that they need when they need it, in a $4.4 trillion broken industry as we know it. But as you can imagine, I've been in the trenches. So I've seen the ugly side. I've seen things that most people shouldn't see, and just found that passion from there, from corporate America, both leading the Arizona market, then scaled and replicated our model across nationally, and then started my own consulting space specifically around that streamlining culture across organizations with a trauma-informed approach, human methodology. Go figure, focusing on humans to get to better outcomes. Honesty, understanding, mutuality, awareness, and nimble, actually. So was the acronym of what we did in that space. Where I am today, about a year and a half ago, Brian, I had the opportunity. Someone said healthcare disruptor. Now, I was fighting health equity at a legislative level on behalf of the insurance company I was with. And I said healthcare and disruptor in the same sentence. What do you got? Show me, please. And I was blown away. I said, it's not only a no-brainer, it's about time. So just truly honored and grateful to be where we are today, of where we should be headed in healthcare. And I don't know if you want me to go into it, but I'm happy to talk about where we are. I mean, I was brought into a space that I had never been in before, network marketing, but a product that truly is changing healthcare. Health sharing is not a new concept, right? Been around for a long time. And what happened is we brought those nuts and bolts together. And with technology, now works, breeds, functions, feels better than health insurance. But I'm so grateful because I'm in a space that, because of network marketing, there's a plug and play franchise model that's allowed me to not only my experience, so I can talk about that and unpack it, but because of my experience, now today, and the model that we have, you mentioned duplication. Duplication is key, right? People do as you do, not as you say, my mentor says. And what, because of that, a system, you talked about systems, because of a system that we have in place, about a year ago, I introduced 30 individuals into this opportunity. And today, just so honored and grateful that I have over 1,900 business partners and over 10,000 customers that we're getting paid on. But I tell you, we're just getting started, just getting started and scratching the surface, because as I mentioned, it's a broken industry, and super grateful and honored to be able to share what we have.
Oh my goodness. And yes, we're definitely going to dive deep into the health share that is what you are offering. And the reason I know you is because a mutual friend of ours told me about it. And like you say, it's a no-brainer, and it is a massive disruptor. I have had these corporate sponsored health plans that are a joke anymore because of the amount of money we have to spend. Mine, as just a quick example, I want to get back into, I like to start out getting into your beautiful brain in a different way. But right now, I want to just let everybody know that if, I had a corporate plan where our deductible was $6,000. I mean, off the top, and then we're paying a monthly fee on top of that, still within a corporation, a large company. And so with all their pull, they still couldn't get anything better. And then every year they would up the premium, and we would counter by upping our deductible to keep the premium down. So we're paying every month, and then we're paying at least $6,000 a year for healthcare. And that's before anything is put back in our pocket. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And then I met another individual who is now laid off from a corporate job, who is paying $3,000 a month for his premium. That's not the deductible. That's every single month. Unemployed. That was their plan for, if you go unemployed, you can use this plan for 6 months. Good, thanks. That's 18 grand. That for an unemployed person. So it's, yeah, like you said, it's broken. Anyway, I want to know, and then we'll kind of come back to this because this is a great topic. I want to know about you, Nellie. When you get up in the morning, you are just this firecracker. You're on fire. You're always so energetic. You're always saying, call me, use me, abuse me. You're saying these things. I'm like, gosh, where does she get her energy from? Where does she get her drive? What is her why? Why is she pushing so hard? And with all the people you already have, I'm thinking, why is she still working? And you're working hard. There's no doubt in my mind. I know it. I mean, God, you're everywhere. So when you get up in the morning, I like to know what's going on in that big, beautiful brain of yours when you're coming to, you're kind of still in that waking up, and then you start to clear out and the mind clears out and you go, okay, it's time to go. At that moment, what's in front of you. All the phone calls to make, all the follow-ups, all the applications, all this, that, and the other, and the trainings and all the stuff you're managing. What is going on in your brain, your beautiful brain, that's keeping you driven, keeping you motivated, saying, I am never going to quit no matter what? What is that for you? What is your motivation behind all of this?
Oh, what a great question. It goes back to my why, and I've got a couple, but I'd say, my number one is my mother. So I have a brother that has Down syndrome. And we are first generation Iranian American. I'm first generation English second language. Weren't allowed to speak English in the house. Yes, believe it or not.
Wow.
And super sheltered and so grateful. What an incredible culture. But being first generation, family came here from Iran. My brother has Down syndrome. I'm one of three. Watching my mother just build a foundation with my father, and it didn't work out at some point between my parents, and they had built an empire. My mom was left with nothing and we were with the kids.
Wow.
And my brother having Down syndrome, I saw the fight the grit, the resiliency, the strength. I get it from her. I have no doubt I get it from her. And I'd say, that's truly what she did for us, what she's doing, what she's done. Having a Down syndrome sibling is just all love, right? It's all love and so blessed, full of love. But my goal is retiring my mother so that my mother and my brothers can be content. And knowing the grit that my mother has, it keeps me going and knows. And that's why I love the Mind Body Business Show, because mindset, as you mentioned, is everything. That's why the first thing that I do in the morning, how do I become the best version of Nellie so that I can show up the best version of Nellie for everybody? The best thing about this is it takes a village. And to be, as you mentioned, leadership, as a leader, I need to show up the best version of me for my why, right? That why is what gets me up. That's why I do. That's bigger than anything, because financially that comes with it. But the more people I can help, the more people we can help, the better the world is. And the faster I get to helping and getting what I want to do for my mother. So great question. Just so grateful, because you don't get I always say, it wasn't a choice where you end up, right? Where you're born into, I should say.
Yeah.
And I'm just my heart is full of gratitude. As now, I've never done anything like this before. Network marketing is a people business, right?
Yeah.
I call growing up in Orange County behind the orange curtain, because truly I feel like I was sheltered. Eye-opening, right? The opportunity to touch so many people and the blessing that I had being raised. Anything I can continue to do to help people and to go back to my why, Brian, is that's my strength. That's my grit. That's it. Just she did things that I never could imagine. And I know that the only limit is the person looking in the mirror, the person you're looking at when you look in the mirror. And that's what my father taught me. That's what my mother showed me. And that's what I know, is that you are the only one setting your own limits. And that's what keeps me going. That was a long-winded answer, and hopefully that was helpful and that answered your question. But hopefully that helps a lot of people that are listening, because when I truly understood that, the only person that's putting a limit and a cap on me is the person that I'm looking at in the mirror, and my parents showed me that. So just honored to be able to show that.
Honored and blessed that you had parents to tell you that. I did not have parents that knew anything about mindset, entrepreneurship, nothing. They loved us. They did everything they could for us. We knew no different. And you are so blessed to have gotten that kind of example set for you, both in word form and in action form. But I wanted to say this because of anyone out there that say, geez, my parents aren't like that, or I don't got support like that from my parents or my spouse. It's okay. I didn't either. And you just need to look at, get out there and find out how to change your mindset. And by all means, contact me directly. I've gone through NLP certification, actually hypnosis certification, which when I was in my 20s and 30s, I'd say, heck no, get away from me with that voodoo stuff. And it's so wonderful. It's a science. It's such a basic, easy science. And it's awesome. It's incredible. Once my mind was open to that, it was like being born again. And my life has just blossomed. I enjoy every day now. Before I was a negative Nellie. I won't say Nellie, negative Nellie back then for many years growing up. And it was just an eye opener. Mindset is the key to all success or lack of success, because as you so astutely said, what's going on when you're looking in the mirror? What's going on? Is there stinking thinking, or is there good thinking going on? And that can be reprogrammed at the subconscious level, which is very exciting. We won't go into that right now, but just know that for everyone out there, there is hope for you to get that mind, to get, to clear the weeds out of that beautiful garden that is your brain, and just throw them to the side and let them wither away, and just let the flowers flourish, baby. Yes. So I'm getting on my high horse here. This is so exciting in so many ways. And you were talking about the insurance. And one of the things we want to make clear is health share is actually not proclaimed to be insurance. Is that correct?
It is not.
And what
It's
is the
been around.
difference then? What makes it not insurance versus actual insurance?
So health insurance is very different, governed by there's a regulator. You have to have a license to share it. There's a lot of stipulations specifically in health insurance. Health sharing, rather, started in churches. It's been around for a long time. It's essentially like a ministry, a pool of people helping each other and when in need. And about 5-6 years ago, government stepped in, changed the law from being religious based to ethic based. That's when essentially the largest health sharing organization, their CEO and executive stepped down to create the technology and the patent technology behind impact health sharing, which impact health sharing. And when I tell you, I know healthcare being on different parts of this matrix, I call it, of an insurance company. I know healthcare, and I am unwavering when it comes to impact. That's why, yes, when you tell me jump on, I'll jump on to share impact anytime, any place. That's exactly why Brian says that she may not sleep and she works, because work ethic, yes, that I do have, but a responsibility is what I feel. A responsibility to share something that people just don't know about. I didn't know about it. I come first generation. People don't know about. They may have heard of health sharing, but what happened today is the Ubers, right? The Airbnb, not a new concept. Hotel industry, taxi industry. What happened? Blockbuster, Netflix, added technology definitely changed the way we do things in what I call the ecosystems, right? That's literally what we have. It's not a new concept. It's ethic based, so it's religious. It's essentially it was started in churches, so you had to be a certain religion. Now it's ethic based, so it's opened essentially like an open ministry. Anybody, any race, any religion, any person, now not discriminating, can be part of health sharing. And tons of organizations have been run by for their employees health sharing. Why? Because of the cost savings. Historically, you had to go in, be a cash patient, speak provider language, negotiate a rate, pay up front, and then go back and get reimbursed.
Yes.
If it was reimbursed, right? You can, there's all sorts of things out
Yes.
there on the internet about it. Now, because of technology, I mean, I don't know if I share, I had a personal experience. Don't believe in accidents or coincidences, Brian. Like 87% of the population never used my deductible, basically paying cash, traditional health insurance. I was paying $650 a month just for myself. Now I pay $268 a month. Now, I'd never used health insurance. I didn't need it. Healthy, gym rat. I mean, I never had any health issues. About a year ago, Hoag Hospital, Newport Beach, California, I had emergency surgery. So I was so impressed, literally how simple it was. And if you know Hoag Hospital, right, private hospital, it's the best of the best you get in Newport Beach. I went in, literally gave my card. It was so simple. Went in, they found that I need emergency surgery, met the surgeon pre-op, went into surgery, went in around 4:30, came out 7:30. And that was it. I slept in my own bed. I couldn't believe how simple it was. I was more impressed when I got my bills. Now, no one gets excited about bills. I'll go through why, is because Impact Health specifically is a non-for-profit. So we don't have to pay dividends or investors. So there's a repricing aspect of the facility on the back end. It bills Impact then on the back end negotiates a lower rate, and then it hits that deductible. So you're getting a huge savings right up front. But when I saw those bills, that doesn't happen in traditional health insurance. You don't see that, and health sharing historically. So just when I talk about Impact, obviously you hear the conviction and passion in my voice, and why I'm here is truly because the more we can share what we have, everyone deserves the care that they need when they need it, and at an affordable rate. I mean, healthcare freedom is what providers call it because we don't have a network. You literally can Google the best of the best, go to the best of the best. You don't need a referral, don't need a pre-approval. I mean, you know how long sometimes it takes? I don't know if I mentioned my mother's going through cancer. So how long it takes to actually get a pre-approval to be seen or get a surgery approved, or none of that exists here. I mean, I truly say we are saving people's lives
Yeah.
with impact health sharing. And the more that, we can get it out there, it's just an incredible, incredible disruptor in the space that's well overdue. Well overdue. And I know I could talk about that for a while, but I'll give it back to you, Brian.
I mean,
I
there are
mean,
so many things to unravel, and
yeah.
great. Oh, I love all of this. And I wanted to touch on the word or the letters MLM, because a lot of people will at that moment go, "Shh, get away. I don't want to hear about that." And, I've had that reaction myself. I used to co-own a network marketing company. Oh gosh, over 20 years ago. It was travel based. We didn't make it, but I learned, oh my God, I learned so much. And MLM, or network marketing, in and of itself is not a bad thing. It's only the companies that are doing the wrong things, that are taking the whole industry and giving it a black eye. The company that is associated with impact is different, and in a lot of different ways. And given one of the key words you said, Nellie, was you feel responsible. It's my responsibility. And that's where it comes. It's like, look, I don't want to do MLM, or I don't want to go bugging people. It's like, you know what? It would be a disservice if you did not tell everyone you knew about this. Now it changes the game. It's like, your push, your drive, it doesn't come from within you. It comes from outside of you and all the people you can now help. And you'll learn the details if you decide to reach out for more information. I think we have something set up where people can contact us and get more information, set up a quick call, easy call. Talk to this woman. Come on, who wants to talk to her? And, let's say you're a little drowsy. Just call Nellie. It'll wake your butt right up. You don't need an energy drink or coffee. Just call Nellie. I mean, we can put up billboards. This is
Yes,
awesome.
please. Call me anytime, any day. I don't close.
That's
Because what
her.
we
Yes.
have is a disruptor, and I'll die by and he's not kidding. Brian's not kidding.
I'm not.
Because when you've seen what I've seen in the trenches, it bleeds through me. People that know me know, and we've known each other for a short period of time, and honored to know you. And this, you know what? If it wasn't for network marketing, I never would have met this this incredible human being that I get the honor to be on a panel with here on your show. If it wasn't for network marketing, and to your point, Brian, corporate America, MLM was a bad word. I knew it was proven. I knew I saw people that made money in it. It never spoke to my soul. Products, it just wasn't for me. I knew that I was making a difference in helping people. When I saw impact, it was a solution to what I've been fighting for and what people were fighting for. And that's why I don't sleep. Yes, call the number, text the number, whatever Brian's going to put up here, because I would love, and any time of day, to share more information. Because when we talk about healthcare, it's a pain point in any business, in any individual, in any family. Every single system, every person we come across is touched by healthcare in some way, shape, or form. So what I just can't stress that enough of what we have. I mean, who doesn't want to save an average of 50% on the second largest bill in the household or business? That's what we have with Impact Health Sharing. Preventative care. I mean, I can go on, obviously, Brian. Preventative care, never been done in healthcare, definitely never been done in health insurance. We got wholeness and preventative credits to an entire household deductible. Like it's a game changer, and it's truly being at the forefront of it. Think about Uber 15 years ago, what you know today. Would you want to know more information? That's the responsibility I feel to really be able to share this. So I appreciate you, Brian.
Oh, right. I appreciate you more, Nanner. So, so much. Oh my gosh. I wanted to go back to, you said about 5 years ago. I keep trying to remember when it was. That had to be it. Right about then, I was brought in by a colleague to help a health share company who was at that very moment transitioning from Christian only to opening it up. And I thought, what is this stuff? I didn't know anything about health share. And then I learned it had been around about 20 years prior to that. It started, the idea and the concept. I'm like, wow. But you just said exactly the way it was, is you would go to the emergency room, pay $10,000-$12,000 for the ambulance ride, and then the emergency room trip and all the stuff they do to you, and then hopefully get it back as a reimbursement. And that company, my friend was actually a client, said, yeah, my kids have had broken arms. They've always paid us back. I said, oh, that's cool. The only dig there is you got to have cash up front ready to go if you need to pay for it right away. And then I've always had this in the back of my mind. It's like, wow, I could use this. I could use this going forward out of a corporate job. And so many people can, once they retire, what are they going to do? And so I started really looking at, and then our mutual friend, Stevie Sullivan, shout out, she reached out to me out of the blue. I mean, she had the same desire and passion as you, Nellie. She saw it. She said, everybody needs to hear about this. She pulled out her Rolodex. She got me and said, hey, I've got this thing. It's about health share. I said, what? Are you reading my mind? I'm like literally maybe 3 or 4 months away from getting a health share plan of my own. And it's going to be awesome because I've done the research. I've looked at the costs. And then I heard her story where she had a big physical thing that happened to her, and the cash that she would have paid on a traditional plan would have been exorbitant. With this one, she paid less than $1,000 for this unbelievable procedure she had. And it was just, I'm hearing story after story after story. I'm thinking, oh my. And now as I'm telling people about it, you know, in the beginning, you have that, oh God, I'm going to have to say it's MLM at some point in the beginning. But then if you tell them what is behind it, the health share, and you see their eyes kind of brighten and they smile like, wow, I need to learn more about that. All right, let's jump on. And I want to give kudos to you, Nellie. You have come up with an impeccable system of your own for your team and everyone in it, which is very large. And I got to witness the beauty of it, where you brought in multiple people. Here's how it worked. I introduced several people to this. We all got on this Zoom. When I got on Zoom a little early, there were like 5 other people that were part of Nellie's organization in the company. I'm like, why are they all here? You know, I'm thinking, what's going on? And I was cool with it because Nellie's running. I'm like, oh, it's going to be fine, but what's going on? And they were there to help, to bring people into breakout rooms and help to tell them one-on-one what this is about and try to see if they're willing to go to the next step. And I say that because for those of you that are looking at this going, I don't want to go through, you know, trying to convince somebody about anything. You don't have to do that. Introduce them to the concept, hook them up on a Zoom call, show up on the Zoom call, be there present, and Nellie and her team do the heavy lifting. And then over time, you'll be a responsible person. You'll learn enough about it to where you can be one of those helpers, or you'll become, I think it's impossible, but you'll become like Nellie. I was going to say you're going to become a Nellie yourself, but no way. That's impossible. That's too high. But
better than Nellie. You'll become better than Nellie. Duplication is key. And absolutely, you'll be better than Nellie. I love it.
Nellie version 2.0.
Yes, because you know what? I didn't have anything to compare this to. You did, Brian. And I am so grateful. I think everybody who told me not to do MLM and network marketing didn't like me, because if you know my personality, I love people. And I've learned everything being first generation from people. And that's why it's such a beautiful thing. So many backgrounds, so many systems, so many just different experiences that make us who we are. And network marketing brings us all together, and the ability to touch every single one of them. But what I didn't know is I knew healthcare. I didn't know the magic of the marketing plan of MLM, of network marketing. I'm like, hold on. J. Paul Getty, the first recorded billionaire, said, I rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of mine. How come I've never heard that before? Where was I, living under a rock? Absolutely. Tell me how to do it. And it was so magic. Working in corporate America, you only make so much. You're wearing your hat so that you're not in the next 6-month layover. You know, you're doing everything. Your work ethic, you got, right? Work ethic, absolutely, you learn in corporate America. And what I learned here is my mentor asked me, you just got to be coachable. I said, you just got to be coachable and have a work ethic. I'm like, well, that's easy. Tell me what to do. All I got to do is duplicate, because they already are so grateful. The MLM ACN been around for over 32 years. The same 4 co-founders. Now, what was important to me, you heard me say it earlier, is culture, right? So it was important to me, well, where does the culture come from? And from top down, what does that look like? The culture that you drive is so important. But then, like you said, the system that you put in place, and now with Zoom, I mean, the scalability, the features, as you mentioned, and when I said that quote, why I said it is because we have a win-win model. In business, I was a business owner, right? I am a business owner. Owning your business, what is it? 100% of your efforts, right? And then you got employees and other, whatever that looks like in your organization or your business. But being in network marketing, it's truly all for the same cause, driving towards the same model for the same goal. And it's a win-win. You win, I win. So what happens? Naturally, we're all helping each other, and it's a community helping each other towards one same goal. I mean, it's been an incredible experience, and that's why just so grateful to have met someone like you, Brian. And that's what happens, right? Is we jumped on, how do we continue? I call it, in corporate America, we build the plane as we fly it. The beautiful thing here is you learn while you earn, and we lock arms, and it's truly that win-win. And system. What duplicates, right, is that system, and it's duplicatable. That's why I loved the franchise model, because it's already plug and play. You tell me what to do, I do it, and then it's proven to be successful. I'm in. Where do I sign? Right? But this is not only just the system, the marketing plan, the genius of really how we get compensated in the win-win model, and driving a disruptor together. It takes all of us. So just grateful. Yeah, absolutely.
I love you have embraced the system, and you have augmented it to make it even better with what I just described earlier. And the one thing I'm really happy about is that's being allowed. You can do something that actually increases the probability of bringing even more people on. I've been in many companies over the years, even after the ownership position, where unless you did it exactly with, kneecap to kneecap and nose to nose, and if you didn't do it their way, they would shut you down, which happened to me multiple times, but not with this company. And there's another thing I want to point out with this one is I have never seen, in my company, I was responsible for coming up with the compensation plan, for doing that very complex stuff. And I finally found a company and said, give me the best and give me the software for it. My eyes are going to the back of my head. And so it was a complex stair-step breakaway, blah, blah, blah. With this one, and with all other ones, actually, not with this one, with all other ones, if Nellie, if Nellie said, hey, Brian, I'm gonna put you in, and then I'm gonna put a heavy hitter right under you. I'm like, big deal. Why would I say big deal? Because that never would really help me. It's because Nellie is the one that sponsored them, brought them in the business. She got the money upline. I wouldn't see a thing. I'm like, so why does that help me? Tell me, please. That's not the way it is here. With this, I've never seen this before. I'm sure there's got to be something else that exists like it, similar. But with this one, when Stevie, say, is the person who brought me in, or when Nellie, she puts a heavy hitter under me, I'm like, it helped me qualify for something on top of that, even though I did nothing. And I want to be cautious and not say, you can just come into this business and do nothing to make money. That's not what I'm trying to say here. It is a differentiator. Not only is it a disruptor on the side of health share, it's also a bit of a disruptor in how the comp plan works, which has probably been around for a long time already. I just didn't know about it. I've had people put into my organization, I hardly did a thing, literally, and I'm just going to say that's the way it started. And I thought, that gives you hope. That gives you that drive, that adds the, okay, my priority for working on this business is raising every day because I see this coming in. So that means they get it. ACN gets it. They're showing, when people end up in your organization, whether you put them in or not, you're benefiting from that. That is so unique and so special. I was looking at my notes to see what else. There's so much. And gosh, we may have to have a follow-on show because I have so many notes that I want. Oh, yes. Here's the other thing. This is crucial. Every MLM company in the world that offers a product or a service, unless they have massive pull in that specific industry, they have to mark up the cost of the products that are being sold. Why? Because a portion of that sale price is being networked out and paid down in these comp plans, many levels deep. So they have to mark it up, sometimes substantially. You're like, man, I'm not going to pay that kind of money for some makeup. I can get it for half of that at the store. With this company, HealthShare, it is cheaper than anything I've seen ever before. And on top of that, you, Nellie, we get paid when our clients pay their monthly bill. I don't even know what it's called. It's not called a premium, something else. I haven't gone through the training yet, all the training. And then it gets better. It's not just HealthShare. They also, from their existence for many, many years, had other services already lined up. One of which is high-speed internet that caught my eye, because my son just switched over himself, not knowing this didn't exist yet. I mean, I wasn't in to ACN yet. He switched over to a plan called Frontier, an internet company. And he told me it's fiber optic and it's super fast. It's lightning. I said, how much was it? He told me. I said, oh, I'm going to check into that after I got into ACN, because I went and looked. And if I got rid of if I changed my package from my current provider, which I won't give them a name, to Frontier, I would save, my gosh, what was it? 85. It was $40, $50 a month. And I had higher speed. And I just got lit up today, Nellie. They came and installed it today. And I'm at a gig up and a gig down, and it's like unbelievably fast, and I love it. And I've always had the high speed stuff, but it wasn't very good. The cool thing is I am saving money. If you were to get this, like my son did, and then I got it, I compared with them, I'm paying $10 a month less than he is in an MLM company. And I'm getting paid on, Nellie's maybe getting paid on, I know Stevie's getting paid on, people in the organization above. On top of that, it's like they must have some serious pull in the industry, and there are other services they provide and offer that we need. We must have internet. We must have certain things. So it's like, but HealthShare is like the crown jewel.
Brian,
it's the crown jewel, because
I
so many people need it.
love what you just said. If I could just touch on that, if you don't
Please.
mind. And I said it earlier too, touched on it, is network marketing. I've been approached many times. Products, things that didn't touch my soul. Healthcare, HealthShare, it touched my soul and everything I'm doing. But I love what you just touched on. Internet, cell phone. Who doesn't have a cell phone? How many cell phones in one home, right? We partner with companies like T-Mobile, white labeled as Flash. Like every single one of us have cell phones, internet, business owners, ADP payroll services, payment processing. But what happens is now you're getting paid on the bills that you're already paying. I'm from California. Gas is deregulated. Nothing changed. Now I pay the same bill I did before. I'm saving money, and now I'm getting paid on my own bills. So to your point earlier, it was a no-brainer for me. Why wouldn't anybody partner up in this organization when I'm going to save money on bills I'm already paying for? I'm a business owner. Of course, I want to find where to shave money, but what do business owners know? Other business owners that would love to save money. And number two largest bill in the household or business is healthcare. But I mean, we're talking gas and electricity in deregulated markets, to your point, internet, home security, business security systems, identity theft. 2.7 million people have been hacked. I mean, yes, I know so many people personally. I've been historically impacted. We have the best in the industry, identity theft protection. I mean, travel, who doesn't love to travel, but everyone's got a cell phone. When's the last time you got paid on paying your own cell phone bill? Right. Exactly. So that's why this is just a no-brainer, a win-win-win all the way around. That's why I said the people that told me not to do it must have not liked me, if you know my personality. But this is literally services that we're paying for anyway in this organization. And now you get paid on your own bills and get to share it with other people. And you get just by merely being that connector, why I don't sleep at night, right? I'll be the connector. I'll be the expert. You don't need to convince anybody of anything. You don't need to sell anything. Why? Because people are already using these services. There's nothing to sell. There's nothing to convince. I already got gas and electricity. I'm already have a cell phone. I'm paying ridiculous amounts for my health care. So yes, absolutely. Am I going to love you more if you can help me save money? And I love helping people, and I want people to love me more. Don't you? Absolutely. So yes, count me in. How can I help other people? But yeah, I like to have fun. Can you tell? But truly, to your point, it's just a no-brainer. I love that you touched on internet and the cost and the savings. But now you're getting paid on a bill that you're saving more money on, and you're getting paid on it month over month every time you pay a bill.
That's the difference. Is you just said you're getting paid on, and then on something you already saving. So you're saving money already even if you didn't get paid. And that's the difference between this company and nearly every other network marketing company I've ever been involved in. It's a rare find, especially on these kind of services that are, these are provided by massive corporations. Frontier's been around a long time. They are even in California. And their Spectrum is on there as well. There's all these providers that ACN has established partnerships with. What they did is probably volume to get that kind of deal, to save us money and then still have margin to pay out of that. Like, wow, that just makes me wonder what kind of markup is the general public getting? It's like, goodness sakes. So I want to put up a graph or a thing on the screen just for those that are like, hey, tell me more about this. I want to reach out and put it up on the screen. If you want to just learn more, get on a Zoom or a phone call with Nellie, with myself, with Stevie, with one of the team, anyone. I know you all want to be on with Nellie. I mean, it's like, man, look, come on. So all you need to do, and I'll say this out loud for those of you listening on podcast only, all you need to do is text the word health to 661-367-8233. So, they always do this backwards, and I just did it too. You got to punch in the number first, then you type in the word. So they got it backwards. So go into your phone, type in the number, go to your text messaging app, type in the number that you're going to send it to, which is 661-367-8233. And then in the message area where you're going to say, hey, what's up? Instead of that, you say health, hit return. It's going to ask you a few questions, your name, your email address, so we can contact you that way. And then it will give you a link to schedule a quick call with Nellie or one of her fantastic team members. Hopefully you'll get Nellie because she's like, up there. And I can tell you already, I don't even know who you are. You're listening to this. You're not, or you're watching and we don't see you. I know you already love her. Everyone does. So text health to 661-367-8233. And if nothing else, just to be able to talk to Nellie and get to see her again, that would be worth it right there. Wouldn't it? Yeah, I think so.
Appreciate you so much. It takes every single one of us to truly share what we have. So I'd be honored for anyone to call or text this number rather. Would love to share more information. Anybody who, touched by healthcare, save money, make money, or both. That's literally all we do. And it's that simple. And what we're doing is disrupting a well overdue broken industry, but able to help people save money, make money. And if you're interested in more information, please reach out because I can't wait to talk to you personally.
And she's not kidding, personally. I mean, she's like busting my chops to say, hey, do you have anybody? You got some people you sent my way? I'm like, hold on a second there, Nellie. I got other things I'm working on. I'll get to it. It's like, wow, this woman, how many thousand people that you're dealing with? It's like, holy crap, who am I? Why are you giving me any time? That's pretty awesome. And so Nellie makes you feel special because she's special. She's very special. She cares about everyone. And because of her energy level, she's able to do what she does. She's a gym rat. She's a health nut. She's doing everything that one should do to become successful. If you are not eating right, if you're not exercising on a regular basis, those things will pull you down and drag you down. I know, I've been on the roller coaster before. I used to be a former certified personal trainer, been up and down due to life events. It happens. It's life. But if you just keep getting back on that horse and you keep going back toward the optimal health, both physically, mentally, with mindset, and then just go crush it in business. Crush it in business, help somebody else. As Nellie said, you can literally save someone's life by letting them know about this incredible impact health share opportunity that they could get just as a health plan. They don't have to be involved in the business. They can just do it as a customer for the health share and save a boatload of money. And there's the other part of it, Nellie, is how many flat out have no health care because it's so exorbitantly expensive, who now can because it's made affordable through impact. I mean, we haven't covered that.
Yeah, we haven't. I know there's so much opportunity here, and I want to touch on that. Is a huge differentiators, I want to say, is one, we don't have an open network, but anybody with an ITIN, I want to mention that because we didn't touch on that. Anybody with an ITIN number. Now, traditional health insurance, you can't get health insurance without a social. Impact health sharing can help those who have an ITIN number and documentation get healthcare coverage, not just any healthcare coverage, the best affordable healthcare coverage with impact health sharing. Huge differentiators in the space. Employers no longer have restrictions around the percentage of employees or number of employees that have to opt in to be able to offer healthcare. Even if only one employee opts in, now small business owners, huge, right? Why? Because the expense is so high. Now you can offer affordable, better healthcare with impact health sharing, even if only one employee opts in. I mean, there's so many. We don't have open enrollment, guys. Huge.
Awesome.
Meaning anybody can enroll today. What's today? The 22nd, and become effective the first of the following month, regardless of what month it is. I mean, why should we wait till open enrollment to get what? To get preventative care? Come on, let's all help each other and share this with every person that you know, because yes, 30 to 70% less expensive, free telehealth, convenience of anywhere you are. Doesn't matter what state you're in. I mean, nationwide. I mean, the list goes on. So yes, text if you want more information, but wanted to touch on that.
Real quick, what is ITIN for those?
It's for those individuals that are not citizens. If they're residency, it's an ITIN number, much like a social security. It starts with a 9. But if you're working, you have to register for an ITIN number.
So is that like international tax ID?
Correct.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that was known. Oh man, that opens it up. That's pretty cool.
Huge.
I mean, huge. I heard that being talked about before, but with it's a fire hose of information for anyone watching, of course, and that's why it would be a good idea to jump on, text health to 661-367-8233, because it's just a Q&A session. You will learn more about the overall health share model, some about the business model. You decide what you're interested in, if either or both. It's up to you. You get to make the choices. There's no hard sell activity. This is about helping people and saving lives. It's not about, hey, get into my business and then I'm going to hound you for the rest of your life. That's not the way this works. And it brings in a different breed of person because of what it offers in that it helps people. And it brings in more of what I've seen in the entrepreneur space, where entrepreneurs love serving people. When the rubber meets the road, that is what drives entrepreneurs. I've been interviewing people like you, Nellie, for over 5 years now. And the most successful are the most servant attitude, because they have they just love helping people. That's why they do what they do. They just happen to make money in return for helping people. And what's wrong with that? Nothing. I want Nellie and everyone involved to absolutely crush it and become insanely wealthy. Why? Because I know that people like Nellie and you will just go out and multiply and do more of that and serve and help more people. So bless everyone who becomes a multi-millionaire from something like this. Please, I can't wait to see a lot of people do that, so that we can spread this wonderful service and services to more people, help them in their financial crunch. I mean, it's a tough time right now for a lot of people, and we want to do anything. What a great way to be able to contribute to helping someone who's in a painful situation financially right now. So Anyway, I could go on forever too, and we just went over time, and I'm fine with it because studio doesn't cost a dime for this kind of stuff. But Nellie, we do need to wrap it up, and I'm going to be seeing you. What is it, tomorrow in Dallas? I'll be flying from Florida. You're in Dallas at the moment, aren't you? You're in that area.
I am, and I can't wait to meet you in person for the first time.
It's going to be awesome, along with
So
a group
excited.
of wonderful individuals as well, and yeah, I get in. Yeah, we'll have some fun. I was going to go into details. No, there's no need for that. So, everyone, go ahead one more time. Text the word health to 661-367-8233. Just follow the prompts, answer some questions, get through it, and then you'll get to the point where you get to book a quick call with Nellie and or someone on her team that is highly, highly skilled. I mean, there's only one Nellie, and I know she thinks she can be everywhere at all times, but at some point, Nellie, that you're going to realize, I think. But right now, she's available. This is the time to strike right now. This is the time to text the word health to 661-367-8233. I feel like an infomercial all of a sudden. This is funny. So that is it. Oh, I did have a prize to give away, and I don't want to leave anyone hanging on that. So let me do that real fast. If you are watching live, there it is. It just came up before I wanted to bring it up. That's okay. Let me get rid of this little banner underneath. If you want to enter to win a 5-night stay, a 5-star luxury resort, compliments of Reach Your Peak. Look, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This is not one of those things where they take you to a hotel and you go in the basement, you follow them down there, they strap you in a chair, they water drip torture you into buying a timeshare. It has nothing like that. It is a bona fide, amazing vacation stay, and it is at top resorts all over the world. You get to choose whoever wins this. And by the way, Nellie, just so you know, guest speakers are eligible to enter to win. I'll put it back up on the screen. So write this down. You want to write down the URL. That's RYP. That stands for Reach Your Peak. ryp.im/vacation, all lowercase. Write this down. Don't go there now. I have one final question for Nellie. ryp.im/vacation. Write that down and then enter that after the show's over. After we sign off, we will have people monitoring. Don't worry. And we'll see. And it is a random draw. So if Nellie wins, don't be a hater. It'll be random, but that's okay. Here we go. Let's bring it back to Nellie. Nellie, I like to close every show with a very, very profound question that I used to, on occasion, ask back when my show first started back 5 years ago. And I started recognizing the answers like, wow, that was interesting. And then I'd ask another one, oh, that was interesting. So I decided from that point forward, I'm going to ask that question to close out every show because it's a powerful question. It is amazing. And let me put up the banner here real fast so people can see. Don't forget, we'll get to that question in 1 second. Text the word health to 661-367-8233. I've never said something so many times on one show. And it's important, though. So please do that and just get that going. And so there's a wonderful thing. There's two wonderful things about this question, Nellie. Number one is there is no such thing as a wrong answer. It's not a test. It's not a quiz. The other great thing about it is the exact opposite is the case. And that is whatever answer you give is the correct answer because it's yours. And if it takes you a microsecond or if it takes you a multitude of seconds, guess what? That's perfect too because it's your answer. So there's no stress or strain. The only thing that's going on right now inside of your brain is, what the heck is this question? The buildup is incredible. Come on, stop it. Yes, I get this every time. So with all that, Nellie, are you ready for the final show closing question? We won't close right away after it, but are you ready?
I am. Drum roll or something with that.
Of course you are. Here we go. Nellie Nekouie, how do you define success?
I love that. How do you define success? I love what I believe it was someone that said, it's not about how it's success is about the legacy that you leave by how many people you helped. And that is what success means to me, not just financially, not just the legacy from a financial standpoint, but for me, success that just touched my soul. And that's what I know I'm not verbatim saying it because you put me on the spot here, but it definitely legacy, but the legacy of how many people, humans, that I have actually touched and made a difference and remembered, and helped. That is what a legacy is. And that's, for me, is how many people, the more people I can help, that's what success is.
And just like all the ones before you, absolutely correct. That was amazing. And here's one really interesting thing, Nellie. I've been doing this for a number of years now. And to this date, yours included, no two people have answered that the same way yet. Is that incredible? That's what made it so profound. Is like, the thing is what we find successful is the definition of success today. 10 years from now, it'll be a different answer.
Right.
10 years ago, it was a different answer. That's what I love about that question. You're catching them. It's a snapshot of their life in time and what is important to them. And I just love it. It's like the essence of the human. It's like, and they're always, not a single person, not one used money to define their success so far on this show. That tells me what incredible caliber of people that come on the show, and you are no different. And I knew that it would be this way. I just knew it. So before we call it an evening, is there anything you would like to point out to people, some way to contact you directly? Anything you want to close out with, a great tip for someone who's looking at maybe improving their financial situation or improving their health share situation? Ooh, I said share, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
What would that be, Nellie, if something comes to mind?
So there's so many things that come to mind. And like I said, is success is how many people we can help. And it takes all of us. And that's why there's a responsibility on my end, as I truly feel responsible to be able to share. That's why I'm always available. So with that, I will leave my phone number for anybody that would like to reach out to me directly on 949-842-9327. And if anybody would like to reach out to me directly, I would be more than happy to share more information. But as you can imagine, as fast as we're growing and scaling, getting as many people as we can in front of this opportunity, any opportunity that people have that have more people there's an audience already set, I'd be happy to share more information in front of that audience, because the more people we can touch in one instance, the faster we can share something that everybody deserves to know about, at least to the knowledge. What they do with it is their choice, right? But now the responsibility of knowing and sharing is out there. So again, 949-842-9327. Grateful for those that do reach out, but please do text health to 661-367-8233, because I know he wants me to say that and not my personal phone number. So I appreciate you, Brian. And I will say that every single person, do not keep it a secret, who doesn't want to save money or make money or both. And that's what we have, and the opportunity to give someone that. And not prejudge them, and truly be able to share it. Share this, right? Share this segment with them. If you can't share it with them verbally, share this segment. It might touch them and they might do it on their own. So yeah, just adding that because of what we have here. And the fun part is we get to do it together.
And starting tomorrow, like literally together. This will be awesome.
Yes, I'm a 5-footer, but my personality is way bigger than the 5 foot.
I know when I step in and I see you for the first time, I'll be doing this.
I'm looking forward to it, Brian. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Same here. Same here. Don't go anywhere right after the show. If you can, just stay on for a few more minutes. And before we sign off for the night, I like to say a couple of things, and that is, everyone, we're about to end this show for tonight, but please, I implore upon you to please do just two things going forward. Number one, go out and do whatever you can to crush it in your business so you can serve more people and scale. Number two, and above all else, please, to a person, everyone, be blessed. That is it. On behalf of the amazing Nellie Nekouie, I am your host, Brian Kelly of the Mind Body Business Show. We'll see you again next week I hope you're here live. That's it for us. Take care and bye-bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to the Mind Body Business Show podcast at www.themindbodybusinessshow.com. My name is Brian Kelly.